Tampa.
It's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but you know, it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. Just focus on a day at a time. At the end of the day, some decision will be made that's best for the team, and that'll be it. So, you know, I'm just focused on being my best version of myself.
You know, this early.
Yeah, I think there's 86% of NFL games that have a 2-minute end of game or end of half, depending. But for us, that's huge. We definitely want to continue to get those reps. You know, say it one more time, sorry. Yep. Replicate that, but within a drive, it's answering too. You know, we take a sack early, but we get a third down. You know, we're in another third and long, but we, get, ahead of it and try to, work our way back. But I think you just see guys competing through that. So, all of you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. Yeah, I just said that, yeah.
Dillon Gabriel's NFL debut, a night many fans were waiting for, but what unfolded left everyone asking tough questions. The Cleveland Browns put their rookie quarterback under the bright lights, and while the anticipation was sky high, the performance turned into a story of flashes of promise overshadowed by costly mistakes.
I know I'm ready for the moment. Did I play up to par? No, I don't feel like I did, but overall the main goal was to win. And that's honestly what.
Gabriel started with poise, moving the chains early, but as the game wore on, the cracks began to show. 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a restless crowd wondering if this was the future they hoped for or just another rookie stumbling under pressure.
The ball never been a problem for me. It's, whatever optics or whatever everybody makes up after, outside the game. But in the game, y'all kind of know who I am.
The truth is, his first game told us a lot more than the box score ever could. Every rookie quarterback's debut is more than just a game. It's a statement. Fans, coaches, and analysts dissect every throw, every decision, and every huddle command. Gabriel's night began with confidence, quick reads, and a controlled offense. But the second quarter told another story. A missed read here, a hesitation there, and then the interception that changed everything. Suddenly, confidence turned into hesitation. The defense smelled blood. And the fans saw the rookie wall hit hard.
Do you think Shedeur might get a little bit of a bump and see some of those first reps with your starting offense in Philly?
Yeah, I'm not. We need to get through the next couple of days from an injury standpoint, Mary Kay, and see where everybody is. I'm really focused on all of our quarterbacks' development and every single one of these reps, like they are last night, how important they are. So that's what I'm focused on more than anything.
Look, I've been researching about NFL for the last 7 to 8 years deeply, and what I think is moments like these decide careers. Head coach Kevin Stefanski didn't hold back. After the game, he spoke with measured honesty. There's plenty to clean up. That phrase has been echoing in Cleveland ever since. But Stefanski also gave Gabriel credit, praising his ability to control the huddle, execute calls, and operate the offense, even when things weren't going well. That balance of critique and support matters. It shows Stefanski isn't giving up on him, but he isn't sugarcoating it either. The message is clear. Gabriel has the tools, but execution will decide his fate. Every rookie makes mistakes, but what matters is how you bounce back when the spotlight gets hotter. Another critical point Stefanski made wasn't about stats, it was about mindset. He said, sometimes coaches have to protect players from themselves. In other words, rookies like Gabriel may want to stay on the field even when they're hurt, even when fatigue clouds their judgment. That competitive fire is valuable, but it can also be dangerous. A coach's job is to know when to pull the reins, when to say enough, and when to save the player from his own pride. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. And for a quarterback trying to prove himself at this level, learning restraint might be just as important as throwing touchdowns. Now the Browns are shifting gears toward their final preseason game, calling it a dress rehearsal for the regular season. This isn't just another meaningless exhibition, it's a chance to simulate real football conditions. Stefanski wants his team to follow the same weekly schedule they'll have in September. That means game planning, installing plays, and preparing mentally like it's week 1. For Gabriel, this is huge. It's not about highlight throws. It's about showing he can command an offense under pressure. If he can look sharper in the next outing, the rookie story might shift from disappointment to determination. And that's the thin line between being a backup or the future. The comparisons between rookies are inevitable, but Stefanski refused to pit Gabriel against anyone else. Instead, he emphasized progress, growth, commitment. Those are the words that matter in Cleveland right now. But the reality is, NFL fans don't have patience. They want results now. Gabriel has talent, but if he keeps missing reads and throwing picks, the fans won't care about progress. They'll demand answers. That's the pressure of the NFL. Every play is under a microscope, and with Cleveland's quarterback history being one of the most criticized in the league, Gabriel doesn't just need to improve, he needs to prove he belongs. Here's where the story gets interesting. While many focus on the interception, the bigger takeaway is how Gabriel handled adversity. He didn't collapse, he didn't quit. He regrouped, kept calling plays, and kept leading. That resilience is rare for rookies. Most crumble when mistakes pile up, but Gabriel showed a backbone that can't be taught. That's why Stefanski still believes in him. The talent is raw, the execution uneven, but the mindset, that might just be the foundation Cleveland has been searching for. Sometimes a rough debut isn't the end. It's the beginning of a long, defining journey. If you're still watching right now, I want to thank you. You clearly love the NFL as much as I do, and you know these stories go beyond the highlights. That's why I break down every angle, every hidden detail, and bring you the full picture. If you want to stay ahead on all the drama, the controversies, and the behind-the-scenes truths, then make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. It helps more than you think. And trust me, what's coming next in Cleveland will be worth watching. For Dillon Gabriel, the road ahead is about adjustments, cutting down on risky throws, trusting his reads, learning when to throw it away instead of forcing the ball. These lessons sound simple, but they're the difference between a rookie backup and a franchise cornerstone. The Browns don't need Gabriel to be perfect in August. They need him to be better in September. And every practice, every film session, every snap in preseason is shaping the quarterback he will become. One game doesn't define a career, but it can ignite the fire to change the narrative. That's the real test he faces now. So what does Dillon Gabriel's debut really tell us? That talent isn't enough, that NFL pressure is unforgiving, that coaches walk a fine line between critique and protection. But most of all, it tells us the story is far from over. Gabriel isn't defined by one interception. He's defined by how he responds. And if he takes Stefanski's words to heart, learns from the struggle, and comes back sharper in the dress rehearsal, the Browns might just have something special. Until then, every fan will keep watching, waiting, and wondering, is Dillon Gabriel the future, or just another name in Cleveland's long quarterback history?